It's March 28th, 2015. Steve's got pie. And this is your Fortean Slip news.
Not just pie, banana cream pie.
I just want to know which one of you is going to fucking eat the pie.
I am. It's my pie. It was my birthday. I get a banana cream pie on my birthday. I get the pie.
All right.
I don't care who I have to kill to eat it.
Sounds good.
All right. From the express.co.uk, a picture, I guess, of a ghostly child wandering the halls of Hampton Court Palace. I just lost my place. As one of Britain's most haunted buildings, Hampton Court has seen its fair share of spooky visitors. Yet, palace bosses have been left puzzled by a photo that appears to show a ghostly image of a waif-like child roaming one of the rooms. The snap was taken by Sunday Express reporter James Fielding during a special sleepover arranged last weekend.
Dan Fielding?
Dan Fielding, you know, from Night Court.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah. Oh, no, James Fielding. Never mind.
Oh.
It must be his brother or something. Anyway, There was a sleepover arranged last week to mark the Tudor building's 500th anniversary. Nothing was visible at the time except 4 mannequins in Georgian dress, but looking back on his iPhone later, James noticed a strange mist hovering just above the floor. On closer inspection, he made out what appears to be a faint outline of a small child in an old-fashioned white nursery gown. Blech. A spokeswoman for Hampton Court was unable to explain the image, but said there have certainly been a lot of reported spooking sightings at Hampton Court Palace through the centuries.
Spookin'?
Spooky.
Oh.
You heard me wrong, Chris.
Oh, okay.
A number of our visitors have experienced similar ghostly goings-on, as you might expect for a building celebrating its 500th birthday this year. Ghostly children in Tudor dress are... Is that how you say it? Tudor or Tudor? Tudor? Tudor.
You're the one reading the news, son.
Yeah, one of our UK listeners, all 2 of them, will correct me. Ghostly children in Tudor dress are said to be among the many apparitions who wander the royal building at night, while 2 youngsters who drowned in a lake reportedly haunt the grounds. The image was taken in the Queen's Privy Chamber. Isn't a privy a bathroom?
Sure.
Just saying. It follows another eerie camera phone image captured at Hampton Court earlier this month. Schoolgirl Holly Hampshire, 12, photographed a tall ghostly figure with long hair looming over her cousin Brooke McGee, also 12. Some believe the pair caught on camera one of the palace's most infamous ghouls, Dame Sybil Penn, otherwise known as the Grey Lady. Dame Sybil, a servant and nurse to Prince Edward and Elizabeth I, died from smallpox in 1562. In 2003, a CCTV image showing a pale-faced specter dubbed Skeletor throwing open
I love Skeletor when he fucking fights He-Man. I love that shit, Steve.
I remember in the 80s, the 80s when I was a kid.
By the power of Grayskull!
That was a good cartoon.
Fucking right it was.
Yeah. Anyway, the Skeletor image was throwing open a heavy security door, and it made headlines around the world. Perhaps
He-Man!
Most notorious phantom, however, is that of Harry the VIII. What is that? 5, 6, 7, 8's wife. 8's 5th wife. Henry VIII. I am. 5th wife, Catherine Howard, whose restless spirit is rumored to run screaming along the aptly named haunted gallery. Henry VIII. I am. Isn't that a song or something?
Sure.
Okay. In our next story from the VCPost.com, A lot of movies were inspired by UFOs and aliens and dubbed as sci-fi. Some people think that these things are just a product of one's imagination. However, there are a lot of people who think that aliens and UFOs are real. I'm one of those people. Which side are you in? Do you think we are not alone in the universe? That's a question, Chris.
I'm gonna go with no.
Okay. One of the most famous evidences, I don't know who wrote this story, but they suck. One of the most famous evidence about the existence of aliens is that of Dr. Boyd Bushman. Hey, we've done Boyd Bushman before.
Good old Boyd.
Days before. Yeah, I like Boyd. Days before he died, he shared that Area 51 is really a place where you can study aliens. He even shared that there are friendly aliens that mean no harm to humans. There are skeptics who believe that Dr. Bushman was just making up the stories and that his age might have deconstructed his memories of Area 51. Of course, others become instant believers. There are hundreds of UFO sightings.
Or believers.
Most of them are ignored. However, there are a few claims which made headlines because of authenticity. One of these is a UFO sighting from Illinois where even the police saw the bright lights. And just a few days ago, Dahboo777 of YouTube, Dahboo, Dahboo 777 of YouTube, saw some white discs from NASA's live feed. Right after these bright lights came into the picture, NASA cut off the video.
Dahboo.
Dahboo. That was pretty much
Fuck
suspicious.
you, Dahboo. I do it myself.
While some believe that aliens are just here to observe the human behavior, there are a lot of conspiracies stating that some aliens are actually demons. Or
Fuck
if they
you,
are
Dahboo.
not,
I have
the
to do
actual
an
demons,
Allstate commercial.
they are working for Satan. That sounds absurd for some, but some say that aliens watch over humans.
What?
And they implant a chip for easier identification and tracking. Indeed, the topic is getting out of this world. UFOs, aliens, and satanic
Did we just
rituals
do a
combined.
story about aliens and Satanists?
I think we did, yeah. Anyway, we just hope that if ever aliens are... I don't know who wrote this story, but I'm going to go to the VC Post and file a complaint because this story is written horribly. We just hope that if ever aliens are real, that's how it's written, they come here not to invade, but to help the civilization. I think it's somebody from not this country, being the United States anyhow. And in our final story, this one is from cbc.ca. Canadians. I love Canadians. Fred Dunn is one of my favorite Canadians.
Good old Fred.
And then Randy Filipovic is like my other favorite Canadian.
Okay, can we stop with the fucking name-dropping bullshit?
Those are the only two Canadians I know. People looking for the elusive Sasquatch in northern Ontario. Several Sasquatch sightings over the decades have not yielded scientific proof. Despite no scientific proof of their existence, the search for Sasquatch continues in Ontario. Northern Ontario adventurer Bill Steer admits, "When I'm walking alone, I'm always looking over my left shoulder." Not his right one, his left one. He goes on to ask, is it possible a prehistoric bipedal ape-like creature could exist in Northern Ontario? A non-profit organization called Ontario Sasquatch, formed in 2006, is dedicated to researching possible Bigfoot sightings. According to its website, it believes the Sasquatch exists as a flesh and blood hominid that is well adapted to fit its habitat. More than 70 reports have been documented by the group in the past few years, including several first-hand encounters. A YouTube website run by good old Mike Patterson called Sasquatch Ontario claims to have a recording of a Sasquatch. The site says Sasquatch Ontario is dedicated to helping others understand the hidden truth of Sasquatch people.
Or bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Did we say that live on the air? The organization claims to have documented the existence of a Sasquatch family on private property in Ontario for more than 2 years. Dr. John Bindernagel, a BC wildlife biologist who is seriously studying the Bigfoot in North America, is convinced of its existence and has several plaster casts of Sasquatch footprints. Northern Ontario adventurer Bill Steer is still on the fence. I've heard and seen many strange things out there in the back roads. I guess I'm going to default to primatologist Jane Goodall, who once said, "I'm a romantic, so I've always wanted them to exist." End of story.
Wow, so a guy named Bindernagel. Oh.
I admire Dr. John Bindernagel for all the work he's done over the years in Bigfoot research, but the guy's getting up there in years.
Now, Steve.
Yeah.
With cream
some
cheese.
Cream cheese.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was going to say about Bindernagel because she got me all sidetracked by food.
Like a blueberry bagel.
I think I'm going to go have some pie.
Hair pie?
And that's later.
You sure you don't want to go on a diatribe about how much in love you are with your girlfriend?
I usually keep that off the air. But yes, I am seriously.
Shut the fuck up.
Best ever.